It's the precursor to the big one in Visayas, but before that, Kaya FC-Iloilo, as we take a look at the starting 11 on your screens, they want to overtake the Gentle Giants, and they have to do that against the Azkals Development Team. Kaya versus ADT in just a short while. Levi Verora on the call alongside Ivan Gayares. And Ivan, take us through the starting 11 for Kaya. Familiar names. They said they're not going to change anything at all with their strategy, with their formation. It's really a matter of kung sino yung kaharap nila. And as we take a look at this, familiar names.
Well, most of the starting 11 for Kaya has been there, but except for Kenry Balobo, who has a fracture in his middle finger. So Kenry Balobo not out, Zach Banson filling in for that very important spot against a very dangerous Azkals Development Team, I might add. So Marvin Angeles manning the middle, a good mix of veterans and young blood in Kaya, so they will show us a lot of good football later on.
Kaya FC-Iloilo, of course, just down 1 point in the league table. It's a two-way race, Cebu and Kaya. Let's shift our focus to the Azkals Development Team. Again, this is the final lineup, or rather a matchup between these two squads. And ADT, although out of the running in the league title race, Ivan, of course, they're preparing for the bigger picture, the Southeast Asian Games. What can you tell our viewers about their composition right here?
Well, a very fresh lineup for Azkals Development Team. The likes of Lucero, Macapagal, Christensen will really perk up. Ito din si Japet Peñero will help this Azkals Development Team in their build-up towards the Southeast Asian Games. And also, one big omission from this lineup is Oliver Bias, who was just sick from last night and will not be available in this match today.
And talking about Kaya and ADT, it is 3-0 for Kaya. It's the gunning for the clean sweep today. Let's see if ADT has some tricks up their sleeves. Kickoff is set at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We will bring you the official march in and pre-match pleasantries when we return. This is your Philippines Football League, brought to you by Qatar Airways. As we take a look at the official player march in as part of your pre-match pleasantries. Once again, this is your Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways. Kaya FC-Iloilo in their familiar yellow kits, and in contrast, Azkals Development Team in their all-red uniforms. Levi Verora on the call alongside Ivan Gayares and Ivan again. Kaya, they want to overtake Cebu dun sa ating league table. 43 points ang Cebu, 42 ang Kaya. And this is the advantage that they have. They have to play this game, this match that they have. In other words, nasa kanila yung control ng kanilang fate.
Yeah, especially now that this is a very tight end of the season. So, alam naman natin itong Dynamic Herb Cebu. They're on a hot streak as well ever since they won in Iloilo. But Kaya has the upper hand in this advantage, having just a game less than Dynamic Herb Cebu. One look for Kaya FC is Daiso Horikoshi. He is the top scorer of the league, also top assist maker. So he will be really marked today, and he will really be expected to get that performance out of him to push Kaya FC back to the top of the PFL.
Before kick-off, mapapansin natin part of the starting roster, Dimitri Makapagkal. He will make his ADT debut as a starter. Of course, goalkeeper, 19 years old, born in Greece. Is Filipino-Greek by nationality, but of course, this could be a meaningful tryout for him as far as the SEA Games are concerned. Rob Gear, the newly installed under-22 national team coach on the men's side, of course, watchful eyes for him.
And as you can see on the screen, a key player for Azkals Development Team will be Kyril Amirul, center back for the under-22 squad. Has been there in the last SEA Games installation as well. And he is the key man, the captain, as you can see at the moment. He will need to be on point and drive his team for a victory, because the last time they Azkals Development think that they were robbed of a victory, or at least an equalizer, but it was quite a long time ago, but the last match in March for the Azkals Development Team.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ivan, because again, 3 times nang nagkikita itong dalawang koponan na ito in the last meeting. As you mentioned, 3-1 victory for Kaya, and it wasn't an easy win for them. It was actually ADT which scored first, courtesy of Andres Aldiguer, and then Kaya, they just bounced back from that opening goal, scored 3 more to take the 3 points in that match.
For a long spell in the second half, it was a 2-1 match, and then Azkals Development Team tried to really get back and pushed forward, and they were just caught out, and it ended 3-1. But we do expect another tight match between these two squads, especially a very important fixture for Kaya here today.
We are moments away from kick-off, and it looks like Milad Begandom will get us going. Referee in charge is Meliton Pilayo, and the match commissioner is Mark Abel de Castro. Once again, live po tayo as here we go. It is Kaya in their familiar yellow home kits, playing from left to right. First touch of the afternoon, and there is Dimitri Makapagkal, 19-year-old Filipino-Greek goalkeeper, has experience in the Greek League. Palalim ng palalim yung goalkeeper pool natin, Ivan. That's a positive for the national team.
And also good that these goalkeepers are also fairly young. So a lot of goalkeepers in the pipeline for the national team moving forward. So that is a big upside for our future national teams.
Begandom and Fitch scramble for that possession, won back by Kaya. As the whistle is blown. At the start of this contest, what do you look forward to seeing for ADT? Again, gusto nilang makaisa or even makatabla lang sa Kaya. Kaya's had their number 3 times dun sa kanilang past 3 meetings.
Well, ADT has been steady in the last couple of games. Though they did lose against top teams, but they really held their own and then produced what was expected of them. It just so happened that the difference was the finishing there. But the defense and the midfield held for ADT. At this point, it's another test for them against the number 2 team in Kaya.
And nakikita natin early pressure right away for Kaya FC-Iloilo. Twice already, nagkaroon ng pass back to the ADT keeper, that is Makapagkal. And Kaya, they're just trying to sense the early incursion here, trying to catch ADT off guard, see if that tactic will work early on. Rota sends it to the right. Giganto using his head to connect with Miliza. And whistle is blown off his contact there from Janjan.
Well, late challenge from Janjan Melissa there. He tried to get that ball back pero medyo nahuli. So obviously hit the ADT keeper, the ADT field player. And Kaya FC on their usual 4-1-4-1, very conservative in that aspect, but it has been expected from them. And then they have been playing with their tactics throughout the match. Sometimes they're pressing, they're just holding back. Sometimes they do possession. But it's good to see how they will take on this match against ADT.
ADT trying to go for the short passes against this compact defending from Kaya. They're able to advance it to their attacking third for the first time early on. Eric Galantes will get us restarted here. Targets Bugas. Bugas gets a touch inside the box against the yellow shirts. Sends it back for now. They go to the opposite side. ADT still in control. But Kaya's caught up. And still ADT as Aldeguer, but they finally lose it. Kaya surviving that stretch from ADT. Encouraging sign early on, Ivan.
Well, Azkals Development Team has been very consistent on their possession. They have played very cleanly in the last last 3 matches probably. And then they have shown that they have improved, especially on their passing. Parang medyo tiki-taka rin ng konti in some way, but they have really improved on that aspect, which actually pushed most teams, even Dynamic Herb Cebu, to the limit on several occasions.
Naalala natin yung matchup na yon between Cebu and the ADT. Also played here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. And Kaya, of course, they take what the defense gives them. Rota goes for the long one, targeting Giganto once again. He gets there on time against the defense of Galantes, who just excellently shadows and leaves that ball out.
Eric Galantes has really grown into that left back role. Used to be a winger, but steadily grown here and more comfortable na siya compared when he played for the last SEA Games. Now he has that sort of leadership mantle na rin going forward when they play here in the PFL and other competitions for the Azkals U22. So it'll be interesting to see how he matches up with Giganto, who has been providing a lot of goal-scoring opportunities and sometimes winners in most games.
No one is able to attend to that initial ball. Sails out. Menzi gives Zach Banson his first touch of the afternoon. Back to Rota. And you mentioned the 4-1-4-1 strategy formation here for Kaya. Gives them plenty of offensive options to